Continuing with the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Last week we reached the acceptance of Islam from Hamza radiallahu anhu. So we will continue from what transpired after that. Once Hamza radiallahu anhu accepted Islam, the Quraysh, they were defeated. Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu was a man who they were feared of. They were very scared of Hamza radiallahu anhu. When Hamza radiallahu anhu accepted Islam, the Quraysh, they called the meeting with the chiefs from amongst them. They said, we need to figure out what to do with Muhammad. They now have Hamza on their side. So they voted from amongst themselves Utbah bin Rabi'ah. And they said, you are eloquent, you're a sorcerer, you're a soothsayer, you're a magician. Go and speak to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Go and speak to him and try to come to an agreement with him. So Utbah bin Rabi'ah, he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and he spoke to him. Said, "O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you come from a noble family, there's no doubt. But you are belittling our idols and our forefathers. What is it that you want, O Muhammad? We'll give you whatever." Said, if it's a woman you desire, we'll give you any woman that you fancy and however many you want. If you want kingdom, we'll make you our king and our leader. If you want wealth, we'll give you as much as wealth, and you can imagine no one will be able to compare with you. We'll give you everything. So Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he listened. And then he said, "O Abu Walid, are you done?" He said, "I am not but a man, a messenger that Allah has commissioned. Allah has sent me with a message. He has sent me as Bashir, one who gives glad tidings, and Nadhir, one who warns. I don't want any wealth, I don't want any woman, and I don't want to be a king from amongst you. My only goal is to call towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His divine oneness." On this occasion, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he started reciting the opening verses of Surah Furqan. Hamim tanzilun min ar-Rahman ar-Rahim kitabun fussilat ayatuhu Qur'anan Arabiyyan liqawmi yaqilun bashira wa nadhira فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما تدعون إليه وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجابا فاعمل إننا عاملون, until the 13th verse. فإن أعرضوا فقل أنذرتكم مثل صائقة عاد وثمود فقل أنذرتكم صائقة مثل صائقة عاد وثمود. When he reached that verse, Utbah bin Rabi'ah put his hand over the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because he was scared, he was frightened. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in those verses, He starts speaking about the Quran and who it was revealed to. He starts explaining the qualities of the polytheists. They don't give zakah and they disbelieve in the final day. He starts praising the believers, and then he goes on to warn them. He says that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he's a warner and he's one who gives glad tidings. After he warns you regarding the oneness of Allah and His punishment, if you still want to disobey Him, you don't want to follow His message, then be warned of a similar punishment that afflicted Ad and Thamud. This frightened Utbah bin Rabi'ah. So he covered the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, but Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he continued reciting until he reached the verse of Sajda in the surah. After this occasion, Utbah bin Rabi'ah, he felt something in his heart, and he returned to his people. He returned to the people of the Quraysh, And he said, by Allah, don't harm that man. If you want to be honored, then honor that man, for he is a man from amongst you. His honor is your honor. Upon hearing this, Abu Jahl, he looked at Utbah and he said, you've also left the religion of your forefathers? You're also a Sabi? Utbah bin Rabi'ah, he said, I told you what I have to tell you. That's it. He didn't accept Islam. He was inclined towards it, but he didn't accept. Now, this proposal didn't work either. They tried to speak to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would not give up on his message. Now the Quraysh, they said, okay, let's try something else. Let's try speaking to him again. Let's come up with a solution that both of us can agree on. So they went to him and they said, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we'll worship your Lord for 1 year, you worship our Lord for 1 year, and we'll continue doing this until we both depart from this world. Upon this instance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Surah Kafirun. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا عَبَدْتُمْ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. That say, O disbelievers, لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ, I'm not going to worship what you worship. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ, and you're not going to worship what I worship. And then again, I'm not going to worship what you worship, you won't worship what I worship. In the end, lakum dinukum waliya din. You have your religion, I have my religion, I'm not going to compromise. Now, the Quraysh are defeated. Said, he's not moving. He's not moving. So they start to torture him and torment him even more. They start ridiculing him. They start questioning him. They start making fun of him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They said, if you're a messenger of God, then ask your Allah to make the mountains that surround us move away to a far land. For verily Makkah is such a land that we're surrounded by mountains, we have no grass, we have no greenery, and we're stuck with these mountains. Tell your Lord to move them away and maybe we'll believe. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam reminded them that his only goal and his only purpose, what he has been sent with, is just to delegate and to propagate the religion and to propagate the message of Tawheed, divine oneness. So he's not going to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to move the mountains away. They said, okay, if you're not going to do that, then ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to at least give us rivers like the rivers in Syria and Iraq. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied with the same reply. This is not what I have been sent with. I'm not going to ask for your worldly benefit. I'm only here to warn you, and I'm only here to give glad tidings to those who accept the oneness of Allah. Then a man from amongst them said, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you climbed on a ladder that ascended to the skies, you went up and you came down with a letter saying you're a messenger, we still wouldn't believe you. Na'udhu billah. This is how adamant they were. This is how much they hated the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said, even if you come from the heavens, from the skies with a letter stating your messenger, we're not going to believe you. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was sent as rahmatul lil alameen, mercy for mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such that due to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam being present in the world at that time, he wouldn't send a severe calamity upon the people of Quraysh, like he did to the previous nations. But this affected Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This hurt him. He said, these people, they're tormenting me, but he didn't give up. He continued calling towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which caused the Quraysh to have even more animosity towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now the Quraysh, they said, okay, now what can we do? He's continuing. We're not willing to listen to him. Let's try something else. Let's see what the Jews have to say about this man. So they sent a delegation to Medina. They sent 2 men to Medina. And they said, go and ask the Jewish scholars, how can we know if this man, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is speaking the truth? Upon reaching Medina, when they presented these questions and they said that we have a man amongst us who is claiming to be a prophet. Tell us some questions we can ask him to find out if he's speaking the truth or to find out if he's lying. They wanted to prove that he's a liar. So the Jews, they said, ask him 3 questions. Ask him about the people of the cave, Ashabul Kahf. Ask him their story and what transpired. Ask him about the man who covered the whole world, whose kingdom also covered the whole world, referring to Dhul Qarnayn. And then the 3rd question, ask him regarding the soul. Now, the Jewish scholars, they told the delegation that if he answers the first 2 questions and he remains silent regarding the 3rd question, he is not lying to you, he's not a sorcerer, he's not a soothsayer, he's not a magician, he's speaking the truth and he's a messenger of God. So they returned to they returned to Makkah and they presented these questions to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And they said, tell us what transpired with the people of the cave, tell us about the man whose kingdom covered the whole world, and tell us regarding the soul. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, being a human, he said, I'll tell you tomorrow. Waiting for divine revelation for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reveal the answers to him. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he did not say insha'Allah. He did not say, if Allah wills, I'll tell you tomorrow. In this story, there's a lesson for each and every single one of us. After a few days, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verses from Surah Al-Kahf, which covered the whole incident of the people of the cave. It spoke about Dhul Qarnayn and it spoke about the soul. When it came to the soul, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam answered both questions. Regarding Dhul Qarnayn, he told them the incident and he told them about Ashabul Kahf, the people of the cave. When it came to the soul, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say, قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي, that the soul is from the unseen. It's something that only my Lord has knowledge about. The soul is such that when it's put inside a body, it lives. When it's taken out, the body does not function anymore. But how this works, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. And this is exactly what the Jews told the people of the Quraysh. If he answers this, then he's speaking the truth. Now, going back to the lesson of insha'Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. That do not say that I'm going to do something tomorrow, except that you attach with it if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he already knew that if Allah wills, then he'll give the answer tomorrow. But he did not express it. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam didn't commit a sin. He just didn't express it with his tongue that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills, then I will give you an answer tomorrow. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is being tested by the people of Quraysh, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still teaching him a lesson for the whole ummah. That no matter who you are, you can be the messenger of Allah, But if you do not say inshallah, if Allah wills, you won't be able to do anything. So from this, we understand that yeah, we can have it in our hearts. That I'm going to do so and so, I'm going to do this. Even if we have the intention that if Allah wills in our hearts, it's not sufficient. We need to express with our tongues, we need to submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, I will do this only if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delays revelation to the messenger, to his final messenger, his most beloved of creation, just because he did not say inshallah, who are we if we don't say inshallah? This is a lesson from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why we are going over the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala humbled his own messenger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will humble us also. Now, inshallah, next week or the week after that, inshallah, we will continue with the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the arch enemies of Islam and what they did to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We'll continue with this next week, inshallah. Khutbah will commence at 12:55. Jazakumullahu khairan wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله الذي أحسن خلق الإنسان وعدله وأفاض على قلبه خزائن العلوم فأكمله ثم أمده بلسان يترجم به عما حواه القلب وعقله ويكشف عنه ستره الذي أرسله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الذي أكرمه وبجله ونبيه الذي أرسله بكتاب أنزله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ما كبر الله عبد وهلله أما بعد فإن اللسان جرمه صغير وجرمه كبير فلذلك مدح الشرع الصمت وحث عليه إلا بالحق فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من يضمن لي ما بين لحييه وما بين رجليه أضمن له الجنة وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام سباب المسلم فسوق وقتاله كفر وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام إن الصدق بر وإن البر يهدي إلى الجنة وإن الكذب فجور وإن الفجور يهدي إلى النار وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام أتدرون ما الغيبة قالوا الله ورسوله أعلم قال ذكرك أخاك بما يكره قيل أفرأيت إن كان في أخي ما أقول قال إن كان فيه ما تقول فقد اغتبته وإن لم يكن فيه فقد بهته وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام من صمت نجا وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعنيه وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام من كان ذا وجهين في الدنيا كان له يوم القيامة لسان من نار وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام من عير أخاه بذنب لم يمت حتى يعمله يعني من عمل قد تاب منه وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام لا تظهر الشماتة لأخيك فيرحمه الله ويبتليك وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام إذا مدح الفاسق غضب الرب واهتز له العرش أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم الحمد لله أستعينه وأستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أرحم أمتي بأمتي أبو بكر وأشدهم في أمر الله عمر وأصدقهم حياء عثمان وقضاهم علي وفاطمة سيدة نساء أهل الجنة والحسن والحسين سيدا شباب أهل الجنة وحمزة أسد الله وأسد رسوله اللهم اغفر للعباس وولده مغفرة ظاهرة وباطنة لا تغادر ذنبا رضي الله عنهم وعن الصحابة أجمعين خصوصا عن بنات النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الطاهرات زينب ورقية وأم كلثوم وفاطمة وعن أزواجه خصوصا عن خديجة وعائشة وحفصة الله في أصحابي لا تتخذوهم غرضا من بعدي فمن أحبهم فبحبي أحبهم ومن أبغضهم فببغضي أبغضهم وخير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم اللهم أيد الإسلام وأنصاره وأذل الشرك وشراره اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى واجعل آخرتنا خيرا من الأولى اللهم لا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يرحمنا ولا يخافك يا ربنا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا أقيموا صفوفكم واعتدلوا. Please straighten your rows and keep your cell phones on silent. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مآبا إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى. ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا أشرف الأنبياء. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة دائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا حلالا طيبا وشفاء من كل داء. اللهم إنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته ولا عسيرا إلا يسرته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها ويسرتها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك حبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه نبيك حبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم بفضل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.